Create your world. Create your world. And we have the exclusive music video explaining why Attorney General Lynch was meeting Bill Clinton on the tarmac. You know, some people shouldn't quit their day job to sing. But however this turns out, some people are going to have to resign from their day job. But we'll take a look.
To me that you want to talk tonight about Hillary's email plight. Tell me, you know it's a conflict of interest. William, I know it's hard to believe, but I'll listen to your plea tonight. On my very own first class flat, my plane's parked right outside William. Don't you want to go for a little ride? I'm your Attorney General Lynch. Let me take you round the we'll talk about grandkids and pearls, but only if you're a good boy. William, I know it's been a long time since you've been in a scandal. I could tell by the look in your eyes that you need another one real bad. You need one so bad. You need one so bad. Lydia likes to take things out of proportion, so I'll tell them this story. Thank God I'm an old hot mess, 'cause I don't have to worry about you ruining my dress. I'm your Attorney General Lynch. That's right, y'all. Let me take you round the world. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll talk about grandkids and pearls. But you got to be good. You got to be good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good day. This is your pilot Lynch speaking, and you're flying aboard the non-indictment 747. And this plane is fully equipped for any criminal activity you want to get away with. If for any reason I'm in front of the committee, I will say we talked about grandkids and nothing more to activate the anger of the public. James Comey would say that Hillary did nothing wrong, but that she was extremely careless. But in the event of a public outcry, your charisma can be used as a flotation device. We ask that you observe the Keep On Campaigning sign. I anticipate a few turbulence along the way, i.e. donations to foundation. We are now making our final approach to the election. Please bring all iPhones, iPads, Blackberries, tablets, laptops together for smashing. Can you feel the burn? Can you feel it? Welcome to more WikiLeaks emails. But please remain healthy until the election has come to a complete stop. Remember, if there are more charges against you, fly, non-indictment, 747.
Well, wasn't that fascinating and entertaining? Some people have not made the decision, but they're going to have to hustle to make that decision. I don't know if it's going to sway them one way or another. But speaking of hustling, I was at the Smart Hustle Small Business Conference Summit 2016 with Ray Ramon as the host. Funny, dynamic, and entertaining as well. His sponsors were YP.com, Infusionsoft, Microsoft, and a whole bunch of other sponsors. Featured speakers was John Connolly from WCBS Radio and also Peter Shankman. Let's take a look at some of those speakers. Oh.
And so we interview these people on the podcast, Tony Robbins, Seth Godin, all these people who have ADHD, and that's what they tell us. So because you're in this audience, whether you're diagnosed or not, your brains are different. My brain's different. So we have two speeds. We have off all the way down.
And on, yeah.
And the reason I say that is because when we're on, it's awesome.
Yes.
Okay, when we come up, I came up with an idea, and I told it to the Shankmines group. And before anyone could even comment on the post, I launched it. That's just what we do.
Right.
When you're an entrepreneur, wasting time is evil.
No, I don't want to, you know. He's trying to keep it at the level that he wants it. The business is great. He turns the tables 3 times a night, the whole restaurant. I also remember that before he opened up, he drew a following on the sign as he was remodeling the building where he was going to open. He put up on the sign, new restaurant opening in June. Text what kind of food you want us to serve at. You know, there's a common theme in the stories we've been covering recently on the radio. Businesses are growing now by slicing niches into smaller new niches.
More of the conference will be aired on Create Your World TV, so follow me at Dance Into Destiny. This is Verona the Dancing Reporter for Create Your World News. I thank you, universe, for all the goodness you're bringing my way. I receive it, I accept it, and I thank you for it, and so it is.
I'm just going to share this one thing today.
Follow up.
Is what?
Follow up.
Follow up. That's very, very good. Yes, that's pretty high up there. Yes, sir.
Relationship.
Relationships. Excellent. Anybody else?
Share your growth.
What's that?
Share your growth.
Share your? Yes, share your growth. Fantastic. These are all great answers. Yes, ma'am.
Have a business card to leave behind.
Have a business card to leave behind. Okay. Anything else? Okay. One of the most important things, and these are all great answers, and these are all correct. Most important thing is energy. I'm not kidding about this. I am serious. Usually I crack a lot of jokes, dirty ones. Everybody knows that, right? Most of you know that, and I'm pretty filthy up there. But this is serious. I wanted to share something serious with you because I'll give you 2 examples of something that happened recently. Having people with the right energy, with the positive energy, is the most important thing in growing your business. It is so, so important. I'll give you an example. There was a very big health and wellness event, 2-day event, right here in Manhattan. And the owner of that event is a good friend of mine. I know her for years. And my company, Match My Spirit, we have a table there, and all our members, they come and we hang out over there. So we were talking about, so later after the event, the owner and I were having a discussion, and we were talking about this one woman who was very, very negative. She was a psychic or something. She was very negative. She was saying mean things about the event, mean things about the people at the event, which is terrible. So the owner, she told me she was noticing this woman do this for the first day, and then for the second day, and somehow for the second day, they had a lot of attendance, but in that part of the room, and this was at a big hotel, in that part of the room where this woman was and other people who probably she was trying to speak to, that she was speaking negatively, the people who were attending were not even going in that part of the room. It was that serious. There was one person who was doing this, but she was creating that. Because you speak badly to one person, that energy is spreading. Then we go to the next, and New York, it spreads like this. Why? Because we have the proximity. So I'm just telling you something very practical, and you're all going to go through this. It is that serious. So her second day event didn't do well. She had to give money back to some of the exhibitors because they had come from like LA and other places. This happened like 2 months ago. It is that serious. And I learned this the hard way. I've been doing this a long time. And I've learned this the hard way, and I kept saying, oh no, you give your positive energy out. You be the good person, even if someone's negative. It doesn't work. You've got to cut people out who are not right for you. Right? Now I'll give you my example. Something very similar happened to me. So this woman told me this. I said, this is God's way of giving me a sign, of telling me. You know how it is. Sometimes God will use people to tell us things. It's very simple. Even if we don't believe in God, the universe will use it, right? Same thing happened with me. I had one person in my network, so we have a membership. Match My Spirit is a membership. It's about $125 a month, $125 a month. And then we organize about 50 events, similar events to these, a year. And you can come and exhibit at all our events. So all these exhibitors, they're from our membership. And it's a very cool membership, and I always try to bring in very high quality people. So I had somebody similar in my membership who was with me for a long time, and I was realizing the same thing, that this person, and I was cutting a lot of slack, as you say, and I saw that this person was doing the same thing, speaking negatively about me, speaking negatively about other people, and it just became like a thing. Finally, one day I said, you know what, this is it. This is not going to work. This is creating a lot of, because I was noticing when that person was at certain events, the similar thing was happening. So I had to cut that person out very nicely, but completely severe, isn't it? Sever the relationship. This is very interesting. 2 days after, bless you, 2 days after this happened, because this energy must have been so thick, right? And it must have been with us for a while, because this person was with us for a while. And that's why I didn't want to remove this person out. 2 days later, I get a call from this guy who owns about, I think, 10 meetups, totaling about 50,000 people in all the meetups. This is a very practical thing, guys. I'm not, this is no BS. This is exactly what happened with me. This happened about maybe a month ago. 2 days later, I get a call from this guy who says, hey, I've been seeing all your events, and he knew somebody from his meetups who was coming to our events. And he said, oh, we love your events, we love the energy, we love what you're doing. How about you put your events on our meetup? And you'll get access to 50,000 people who will come to your events. I said, this is fantastic. And this was the energy clearing. I said, we pay you something monthly and we'll do it. 3 days later, so we started putting the events. 3 days later, we had a big event, and a lot of people came for that event. We got a call from another person. This is very severe. There is no BS with this. You remove thick energy out of your life, and immediately the universe will come and replace it. Even with relationships, we know that. You remove some schmuck out of your life who's not meant to be there, right? I mean, that's for me. That was my ex-husband, by the way. I don't mean to be mean, but anyway. So, same thing. 3 days later, I had another person. This person, French guy, nice guy. He has about, I think he had about like 15 meetups. And he said, pay me X amount of money, very, very reasonable, and I'll put your events on all the meetups. I'm just giving you an example. I made 5 new clients. 5 new clients in that month with the removal of this kind of energy. So, moral of the story is that if you want to grow in business, if you want to stay where you are, see, the law of the universe is either you move forward or you move backward. The law, this is, a monk had told me this once, the law of the universe is you cannot stay where you are. Mentally, if you want to stay, fine, but you're not going to stay where you are. You're either going to go backward or you're going to go forward. And I have seen people go backward. So if you want to move forward, my suggestion is first clean up your energy by cleaning out people who are not meant to be there, and then bring in new people. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah? So guys, I'm going to add you to my mailing list, matchmyspirit@gmail.com. And I'm going to invite you to all our events. All my events are free. They're all holistic. Please come, please join us, please support us, and connect with me on Facebook. I love connecting with everybody on Facebook. Okay? Naini Nakagawa is my name. And I'll give you flyers of our events. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. I said, okay, I'm going to treat this like a business, and I'm going to blog 5 days a week for a year. So every week, 5 days a week, I had to do photo shoots, I had to write copy, I had to do all the linking and like reach out to people, and I had a full-time job. This was not a job. So that's how I got pretty good at figuring out what to say, how to say it, but most importantly, how to use my time well in order to get that message out. So that's everything I'm going to talk to you guys about today are things that I do for myself personally, both for my blog business, also for my clients at Idizio, where I work with clients from all different sorts of industries. And then also to this event, I wanted to give a shout out to Constant Contact. They are a corporate sponsor for this event, and they help put all of this together. So thank you. Thank you, Alex, and to the whole team. And I've been working with Constant Contact, as sort of an ambassador, authorizable expert, I hate to say that, for 2 years, since 2014, but I've been using the product since 2003. I've used it at different organizations, different companies, so I believe in it. So I'm like, what is that hair club? I'm not only the president, I'm also a client. So just want to put that out there. All right, so moving along. So raise your hand here. I know a lot of hands went up for social media. Who here is doing email marketing? Okay, good. A good amount of hands went up there. I want to see more hands next time. So why is email content so important? Basically, content is currency. Who here gets more than 10 emails a day? Who gets more than 50? Who gets more than 100? Who gets more than 200? Yeah, I'm in the 200 club. So, your email address is something, people aren't just willing to give that up anymore because people are so inundated with information. And so that's why it's so important that you give people a reason to sign up for your emails and that you deliver on that content. And I'm going to talk about that. So content is currency. Be the source that your readers know, like, and trust. So those are very key important things you need to remember. Write for your audience, not for you. So this is very important. A lot of times I see people do this both on social media and in email. They're sending out information. It's kind of like, oh, look what we're up to, or we did this, or we did that. And it's not really targeted towards their audience. It's not really, helping their audience grow. It's not helping their audience, keeping them entertained. So you want to make sure that you don't do that. So this is just some examples here. Like I said, when you guys get the slides, you can see that example. But what I want to point out is 38% of people will unsubscribe if it's boring. So this is very true. And 32% will send it to spam if they think your emails are irrelevant. So have fun with it as well. So I know a lot of times when me coming from corporate world, I told you guys I used to sell phone systems and online data backup and all these other sexy things. It was hard to keep it interesting. So you really have to think about, I'm going to challenge you guys, whatever your business is, how can you make the things that you're talking about sound interesting? So, just moving along here.
How much is enough? So for you guys that are sending out emails, how many of you guys are doing it at least once a month? How many more? 2 to 3 times a month. Anyone sending more than 5 emails a month? Okay, no one. I actually do have clients that are sending out like 10, maybe 20 emails a month. So a lot of them are in the retail space, so they do a lot and whatnot. So everyone asks me, like, how often should I send emails? How long should they be? This is a big question. So there's a couple of things. One, I want you guys to relax. Less is more, so you don't have to send a lot of information. But I would say, you want to be doing it at least once a month. That would be like the bare minimum. Usually most people around 2 to 3 times a month is going to be good. And then the actual content of your email doesn't have to be that long. Use pictures, 3 pictures or less, 20 lines of text, and just keep it really short, really sweet, really simple. People just are inundated with information these days, and they don't have a lot of time to absorb a lot. We're just in this information, this age now. It's kind of like the Twitter generation, where it's like 140 characters or less. And that's all people have time for. I only have you guys' attention before that liquor kicks in for like another 5 minutes. So think about that when you're writing your emails and you're writing your content. And also too, I think someone in this room actually told me this before, your voice on email should be you after a glass of wine. Okay, you after a glass of wine. Because me after 2 glasses of wine, I giggle a lot and then I get sleepy. So. Alright, so structure. Keeping it easy, keeping it simple. I like to do lists. I like to, have a short outline. I like to do pictures, have it, branded and whatnot, make it look like me. Anyone get my reminder this morning about making it out even though it's raining? It's pink, my favorite color. So I like for my messages to look like they come from me, to match my personality, match my business, match my branding. And I keep them short, I keep them sweet, I try to keep people entertained. I have a very dry